On September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan. And that's not illegal.
Going to a different economy. And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks take a beating. And guys, we know on the weekend we're the only game in town. And we saw a couple trillion get wiped off the stock market over the last month. A couple trillion. Yes, you heard that correct. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates, which were down, and they are plummeting. And we had the dollar down. And we know anytime yield rates drop like this, dollar down, the markets are normally pumping. But we know all about Japan. But if you're a trader in stocks or cryptos, we know we're going to have a bounce. Even though it's going to be temporary, we're going to have a bounce up. But we know stocks and cryptos are ran by an algorithm. And that algorithm is going to do what it has to do for this fourth industrial revolution. Remember, they've already ran the simulations. They know what's going to happen at the end. And we're landing in this new digital economy. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now we have volume in crypto up, Tether, USDC, and then of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo was at 338 billion yesterday. Make sure you pull that on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed kept rates higher for longer in order to destroy the global economy along with the other central banks. And now they've already done the job. The job has been done. And now what's happening? The mainstream media is now trying to turn the boat. The Fed waited too late. Guys, we already knew they waited too late. But now the mainstream media is going to get the sheep's minds ready for this decline. That's all you're going to hear about now is recession talk. And of course, whoever gets to be president, they're going to blame it on the last administration. But we know we've been in a recession. We're now in a Great Depression. I proved it time and time again with the numbers. And we see job weakness showing up. And then we also know small businesses have been closing up, filing bankruptcy. And small and medium-sized banks are not going to survive. We've already heard it from the FDIC, and Jay Clayton was in that meeting. This is a plan, guys. It moves in phases. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now we have France opens for MiCA applications. And we know the EU laid down the crypto regulation foundation. But then also, it's just not about crypto. Remember, part of crypto is digital ID. And we know when you have an agenda, you can do a lot with digital ID. But when we look at the EU, now only thing they have to do is push adoption on the masses. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now we have the spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs were down at close. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Xrp Ledger on-chain transactions dropped 65% in second quarter of 2024. And they stated because of the network load and increased the fees. And that's the reason why the transaction volume dropped. Now we have Hashkey, over-the-counter trading unit, awarded Singapore payment license. And guys, we know Singapore has definitely been leading the fourth industrial revolution, this new digital economy, and we know it's all about adoption. And then lastly, we have Morgan Stanley will soon let advisors offer Bitcoin ETFs to clients starting August 7th. And we know it's all about the wealthy. Put Bitcoin in the hands of the people that already have money, but only if you understand the agenda. We know Bitcoin and crypto is very volatile, but the masses have no clue of this new digital economy that's coming. If so, of course, guys, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them will invest. But that's the reason why the NWO pays all these athletes all this money. These actors, actresses, all this money, all these TV shows on television, talk shows, to keep the sheep distracted on things that don't matter while they move their agenda forward. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Xrpl, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.